for this lovely take two on our late IHP show. Let us continue with the love is a choice that you can make when it presents itself. So it's when you meet healthy self-worth people that you will be given the choice to love. So for twin flame and or flames, the choice is the same. And while the 4D collective has the story of sagas and dramas and chasers and runners, here's a very different share. For one, when you do learn about true spirituality, you will understand why spiritually awakening involves your 0-1-year-old. It also involves you learning how to become a completely independent, safe haven, secure-based regulator of yourself, which I can break down to you in any one of our one-to-one mentorship or the masterclass. No, the masterclass is different. One-to-one mentorship is where you and I have a one-to-one, even though I'm still evaluating how that's going to work. But my point is that on a journey to yourself, you would learn how to say, oh, look, I have emotions. Let me regulate my nervous system. It happens because you're going to find yourself in 24 hours, even one time alone, right? So in that moment of complete whatever's going on, you're going to be with yourself. In fact, when you wake up, actually, you are with yourself, which is what the inner growth mindset supports. So the fact is that the brain does keep the count, and the emotions are that scoreboard or the score. And really what it is if you make sense of sensations, images, affects, meanings, and behaviors, you'll get to know your core self, your solo self, your narrative self, and your relational self. And thank you, Daniel Siegel, for that. So here's the deal. When a person who has had any type of not secure attachment makes sense of their story, they begin healing. That's only if they make sense with equanimity, though. And see, if you don't welcome yourself home with love, you won't be doing any healing. You're just going to do another take of shame cycle for yourself, which is I'm defective and I'm gross, and or humans are gross. Depends. Sometimes people will use that anger and upset and they will project it towards others, especially those who are unconsciously loving. Yeah, it's interesting. When I see people commenting about how being well is fucked up, I wonder, but I am a 5D mystic, so I have been given the download on this infinite balance. I don't like it. My divine masculines are the ones who always remind me of it, which is why a divine feminine knows why we need our divine masculines, by the way. Oh, and that's because we don't have trauma. In a way of, oh my gosh, I cannot ask for help. No, we actively know we're not doing anything alone. I forget to thank all of the trauma experts, all of everyone that I've been able to learn from in my 44 years of life, including my human herd. All of the people that put up with me, all the twin flames, all the soulmates, and I put up with them because we put up with each other. Because see, that's why we unconsciously love ourselves with flaws and imperfections. What people don't understand about the beauty of being your authentic self is you have nothing against yourself. This is the point. Your embodied brain protects you. So what is sad is to know that people don't know that their 1-year-old protected them. Second, 2, 3, all of it. And then they want to turn around and blame Lucifer, a fallen angel, which today I'm thinking, wow, you know, the more I think about the fact that what you lose is something sacred, thank you, Billy Joel, and that you don't know how to do the dance of life because you didn't have the first year of life, that's so sad. The first year for sure, if not 2, of me learning about trauma and attachment and all of it, I would just cry because I'm like, wow, I think I need to stop being around people, not because I don't love them. No, I unconsciously love them. So this means that I'm a walking emotional trigger to those who don't want to welcome their self home, and they listen to some dude tell them how after fucking a human being you're gonna have contempt, disgust, and shame, and they don't even bother at the end of this video saying go to trauma therapy, men. No, they don't bother with any of that. Apparently the tagline is why the man won't text you back. So they're trying to, I don't know, bring shame to me, woman. I mean, I don't really know. All I know is they look fancy in their suit and a bunch of people follow this dude. Like a bunch of people. And some people that I love and respect. And I'm thinking, the words that came out of your mouth, I'm sure they were taken out of the whole 60-minute or whatever else, but still, the fact that I didn't hear in that 1-minute short, your social media manager, whoever it is that cut it up, didn't think to add the part, if you did follow up with go to therapy, the good part, like, here, men, go get help. None of it. I mean, for women, all the women who are like, well, ladies, come on over. Make sure to remember, if they fuck you, don't think of wedding bells. She needs somebody to do her cut too. Like, do something different with that lady. But there were all these women giggling. So, you know, again, the dance of life. Some people, the human suffering, my gosh, it seems like they just want to. No, that's the part. Let's go back to the beginning. Love is a choice when it's presented to you. So it's when I say you are beautiful the way you are, and then we have our first fight. And not just the small bit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Really what it is going to be a disagreement. What it is going to be is where we're not, you know, tangoing. It doesn't matter what you want to look at it like. This is why love is easy for a securely attached. It's not boring. What's boring is actively seeing people seem to grow older and not more confident, at least for a confident woman. I'm like, between women and men, I'm just thinking all of them couscous. But then again, my age group wasn't as lucky as the younger age group. So I'm just going to say that the younger age group, I'm so thankful that they have good sex therapists. They have good therapy educators. They have a buttload of good education. And for as much as the silverbacks think we're going soft, well, I will beg to differ. I do know we still need to help a lot of people, so I'm just going to put that aside and continue with, I want to honor the human love group. And in the first episode I said all, something about all. Whenever I do this all thing, it's not all, by the way. I just exaggerate like any other teenager. My teenager comes out, of course, she's just not charged. So I think of those nitpickers of words, and they're going to go and take things out of context, which is why I'm like, you know, maybe that 1 minute short completely taken out of context of this dude. Because he's supposed to be intellectually, like, savvy. So I, you know, don't want to make any judgments. I'm just picking on that one short. Like, somebody can pick on me. And that's okay. We've heard it all. Well, I mean, some of it. Pseudoscience, lady, bullshit, self-help crap, all that. Then what was it? There's another person. I forget what they said, but it was something about an evil witch or evil bitch or pretendo. That one was cute. Oh, I love those. So whenever I hear any teenagers, I think of my adolescent teenagers. You can't get any more lame. You know, this is the thing. They don't get any different. So you ask me about creativity. I think, wow, they don't have any better comebacks. But you know why? Because they actually just use the same ancient textbooks and the same ancient stories. And then they have the two stories versus I don't do any of that. I don't take it out of context. I'm interacting with you. So I'm going to actively say, okay, you said this and this and this. Oh, and then you did this and this and this. Oh, and then I'm sorry, I'm an observer. I was actively paying attention to things you enjoy, things you don't enjoy, things you want to do, because that's what a relationship is, right? I was getting to know you. I'm getting to know you. At a certain point, I'm going to pretty much know, like people know me. My friends, they know me. So we don't, though, assume to know how you're thinking or feeling. That's not what I'm talking about. Knowing each other means that someone, and I have a lovely person I think about every now and then, because they learned how to read the way that I laugh. And this is cute. I don't know if they realize it or not, but I did. Because every year more that are bond, and that's more than one person. But in this case, because we come from so much different worlds, noticing a sweeter song, if you will, is like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I wonder if they notice. Because to me, it makes a difference. Because see, a divine feminine, and any feminine really, knows when we have the capacity to have somebody who cares about how we feel inside, because that's the whole point. Divine feminines, we work with our feelings. And so if somebody loves to see us smile because they love to see us love, and they love to see us being able to pick up on things, they actively expand our brain, which is amazing. Now see, if you ask me what's enriching in life, well, expanding pieces of conscious, my lovely viewers, and that is anyone who embraces, whether they believe in Christ consciousness or not, they embrace Jesus. Because Jesus teaches us about love. At least I'm going to use that name and that human being because he's the reason why I get to be here. God, I can call consciousness, Akash, a sense of love and life, and I want to respect the 3D and 4D plane to the best of my ability. I will, although, you know, you can only try so much. Closed-minded people, they don't know love, and they don't know that we are a human herd and that we have created a lot of things. Nobody can disprove that we have faith, but there's no need for that. However, talking about yoga and Reiki as if these are bad things, well, that's ignorance. And it's not very Christ-like, because Jesus was not welcomed with trust. It was mistrust and a lot more. So tune in.